everyone, I'm back again, and today I am going to be reviewing The Last Jedi, and just letting you know, this is a spoiler review, so I will be talking about a bunch of things in the movie, and they will be spoilers if you haven't seen it. So if you haven't seen it, please don't watch the video, and go watch the movie and come back. So anyway, here's my review. I want to start out by saying that I've seen the movie. I watched it Thursday night, and then I went back and watched it again on Friday night. One, because I was super excited and wanted to go twice, and two, I was hearing that people were very, not confused, but they had to think about the movie, and I was like, oh. And they were saying they needed to watch the movie more than once in order to really process what was happening. So I was like, okay, good. I'm going twice. I'll do my review after I've seen it twice and I really have a good understanding of the film and not just first night or first watch jitters. So I've seen it twice, and I want to say that this is probably, we'll see how it goes like a year down the road, but this is probably my favorite Star Wars movie yet. I know that might be an unpopular opinion. I have seen a lot of people really divided on this. They either really love it or they really hated it. I think the choices were really bold in this movie, and I can definitely see why people would not like the choices and it might ruin the movie for them. For me, I loved where they went with this film. Is it a perfect film? No. Are there some scenes that were a little for me? Yes. I'll start out with the negative and I'll work my way to my favorite things because there are a lot of things I loved about this movie. The first thing that I kind of didn't like was the scene on Canto Bight, I believe the casino planet, and it's not that I didn't like the scene, it just felt kind of shoehorned in. They didn't really have a big build up to it. They were just okay, let's go, and then they were there, and the scene kind of moved really weird. Finn and Rose's storyline was fine, and I liked both of their characters. It was just, I think that scene kind of slowed the movie down just a little bit. I did excuse me, when they rode on the Faviers, the little race creatures, kind of like horses things, through, they set them free. It's always no, I'm not a PETA person, but every time I watch these documentaries, this is such a side note, I'm so sorry, in a Star Wars review, I always feel so bad for the poor animals, or in captivity, they have to Blackfish is a good documentary if you haven't seen it. Anyway, I always have this deep feeling set the animals free, and I got to live it out in this movie. But I just feel that scene for some reason slowed it down. It's weird because I liked the atmosphere, and I kind of liked that we didn't go to a bar or something this time. It was a cool upscale planet, but it just kind of dragged a little bit for some reason. And the other thing I didn't like, kind of near the beginning, was almost how awkward it was between Rey and Luke. When Luke was walking around and he was milking that weird alien creature and drinking its milk. It was kind of at that moment in the film, I kind of felt am I going to like this movie? It kind of was really weird. But I did like how Luke tossed the lightsaber. It was genius because we all had our own theories about what we thought he was going to say. What are his first words to Rey going to be? And it was almost breaking the fourth wall and saying, haha, you were all wrong, I threw it. Who cares about this lightsaber? I've left that in the past. And I thought it was so perfect and it was so funny. I'm sorry. I'm battling a cold too. I do apologize. The other things I really enjoyed. I got goosebumps when Leia flew out of the ship, the little section of her ship was bombed and exploded and it sucked her out into space. Now they did have the shield up. I mean, this kind of probably doesn't make any logical sense, but she's like floating out in space. You think she's about to die, and then all of a sudden she uses the Force, and it is awesome. She like flies back in. It was like one of the things I really wanted to see was Leia actually, instead of just like doing like the mind thing where she can like see other people, communicate through to other people through the Force, I wanted to see her actually physically use the Force. And this moment in the film, I was like almost borderline tears. One, because it is Carrie Fisher's last movie. I could cry about it now, but I won't. And it was just awesome. And they almost treated this, I mean, they didn't know she was going to die, obviously. But if you would have watched this movie, you would think they'd have known she was going to die because of how well they treated that character. And what a great job Carrie Fisher did as Leia. And the comedy I thought was really, really well done. There was a few things like the weird like milking scene I think didn't land. And I'm trying to think if there was like anything else. There was a few like throwaway lines that Finn said that were kind of like not funny. But that's just like a couple of my gripes. The scenes that were the most epically awesome to me were Kylo Ren in Snoke's like throne room and Rey being there, and you think, oh, Kylo Ren's gonna kill Rey right now, and oh my gosh, that scene is so epic. I like have not stopped thinking about it since I've seen the movie. He like turns it and it kills Snoke, and then they turn around in slow motion, him and Rey, and they just start fighting off the Praetorian guards together, and I was like, oh my goodness. I was already enjoying the movie, but that like blew my mind. I could go on and on. It's already at 7 minutes. I could go on and on about how much I loved this movie. It was touching. The scene with Luke and Leia at the end, I was sitting there crying. I looked at the person next to me, they were crying. I looked at the person on the other side of me, who was a family member, they were crying. And it hit all of the emotions that a quality film should hit. I was crying, I was laughing, I was scared, I was loving the action sequences. They are amazing. This movie is beautifully shot. And if you know Rian Johnson's work, this is a Rian Johnson film, 100%. I can see why people might not have agreed with everything done in this film. It is very polarizing, but I really do think that over time people, this is controversial to say, that people will like it better, more viewings in, because I mean, I always loved it, but I know other people that have watched it again a second and third time, and they said that they've liked it the second and third time better than they watched it the first time because it's so much movie to take in and so many things are happening. And I'm just excited to see where J.J. Abrams is going to take the story in episode 9. I have a couple of my theories. I don't know if I should do a theories video or what, if that'd be an interesting video for you guys, but I just enjoyed it. The acting was great. This was Luke and Leia's best movie, I think. Personal opinion. And that has been my review. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, that's alright. You can talk about it down in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.